CCTV, or closed-circuit television, is a system that sends television signals to a limited number of screens and is often used in shops and public places to prevent crime. Inside the flat, a fruity voice was reading out a list of figures, which had something to do with the production of pig iron. The voice came from an oblong metal plaque, like a dulled mirror, which formed part of the surface of the right-hand wall. Winston turned a switch, and the voice sank somewhat, though the words were still distinguishable. The instrument, the telescreen it was called, could be dimmed, but there was no way of shutting it off completely. The telescreen in 1984 was made to keep civilians under constant fear of being watched and keep them under the non-stop influence of Big Brother. In 2018, CCTV exists in almost any public place you go. But of all places in the world, CCTV is most abundant in the UK. The official camera-to-person ratio varies, as some statistics count dashboard and license plate cameras, and just some count security-style cameras. The ratio is generally around 1 camera for every 11 people in the UK. With this statistic, there are estimated to be around 6 to 7 million cameras in the UK. This alarming amount of CCTV cameras has caused concern among civilians about their privacy. Even UK Surveillance Commissioner Tony Porter had this to say about the surveillance issue. If people are going around with surveillance equipment attached to them, there should be a genuinely good and compelling reason for that. It changes the nature of society and raises moral and ethical issues about what sort of society we want to live in. I've heard that supermarkets are issuing staff with body-worn videos. For what purpose? There's nothing immediately obvious to me. Porter, who was appointed to the independent role in March, is responsible for overseeing around 100,000 publicly operated CCTV cameras out of a total of up to 6 million cameras nationwide. He said, "When people say the public loves CCTV, do they really know what it does and its capability? Do they know what the advancing technology and algorithms it starts to predict behavior?" This worried people even more, as their own surveillance commissioner seemed a bit scared of the advancing technology. Many people feel the opposite and feel there is absolutely no need to worry about CCTV. Many completely embrace the idea, or are oblivious to the extent that it exists in. An article from CNN explains that yearly it is estimated that of the 6 to 7 million cameras in the UK, 1 in every 1,000 stops a crime. This seems like not many, but put in the grand scheme of things and matched up, that is a lot of crime stopped by generally low-cost cameras. The idea is also mentally in the head of any criminal who wants to take part in crime in the UK. Almost all have knowledge that there are so many cameras around them. It becomes the same principle that makes the telescreen cameras in 1984 possible. It is the fear that made the panopticon possible. Fear of the unknown. People don't think that they are being watched, but never know for sure. For all they know, there could be a person on the other side of the camera watching them. Many criminals have also been busted after committing their crime and brought to justice through the use of CCTV. This has created a solid fear and is most likely playing a part in the dropping of the UK crime rate. The pure fear of video cameras stops crime in a very similar fashion to that in 1984. In 1980, the use of excessive CCTV cripple people's emotions and skyrocket their fears. Since surveillance is everywhere, they feel they have no freedom. It's even told to them in part of Big Brother's motto, "Freedom is slavery." Obviously, the UK can barely be compared to this, as it is a much happier place with a much less controlling government. The only similarities is the extreme surveillance. UK people are most scared of what may happen with the information about them. Dark web sales are one of the biggest threats, as people sell information and these CCTV clips of everyone else for large sums of cash online. People are even scared of just the NSA holding this information, as there's fear of them being hacked. This is a much less extreme version of what's happening in 1984. People are scared of CCTV cameras, but they also help us stop many crimes. The solution to this should be to eliminate all of the dead, or inactive, or useless cameras, spoken about by Surveillance Commissioner Tony Porter. This would bring the number of cameras listed down greatly, making people more comfortable, saving money, and catching and stopping just as many crimes, while the common folk remain happier overall. It seems simple, but it would be very effective. The other solution would be to put much higher security measures on the film from these cameras, and make sure that all operators undergo special training as to not leak any of this information to the world. This should help the people of the UK feel much more comfortable while simultaneously keeping crime rates down. For either of these solutions to take place, Tony Porter and the Office of Surveillance Officials must take action. Both plans could most likely be easily executed, and there is no immediate reason I can think of why they should not be executed. This is Jack Stonebarger, and thank you for watching.